Robot Dreams is a 2023 Spanish-French animated film written and directed by Pablo Berger. The plot here follows Dog, who lives alone in 1980s Manhattan. He seems to not have any friends or family. He sees other people not alone, looking happy, and he really wishes he could have that for himself. You know, something most of us can relate to, at least at one point or another in our lives. Now, when I say people, I should clarify. There are no people in this film, humans anyways. Instead, this world is comprised of animals and all different types of animals, really. And not only that, but there is no dialogue. Zero. If you think that, might make it a challenging film to watch, it doesn't. You always know what the characters are thinking and feeling due to the amazing animation work. I should probably also mention that this was based on the 2007 comic of the same name by Sarah Varon, which I have actually just ordered. Now I'm waiting for that to be delivered. So Dog sees the article where you can order a robot by phone, and he sees it as a chance to finally have a friend. And I'll mention that this is not super uncommon, and you do see other robots in this film. And also they seem to have emotions and feelings just like all of the animals in this universe have. Dog had no idea what robot would be like or how this would go. So robot arrives, Dog assembles it, and they are instantly friends. They do everything together, and Dog has never been happier. And they end up actually falling in love with each other. And I'll clarify again, if you think this won't work, it does. It just does. Sure, they are animals. Sure, this is a cartoon, and sure, there is no dialogue, but you will feel love, and you'll feel a lot of things while you watch this. So one day, Dog and Robot go to the beach together. They have a fun time swimming, but the water causes Robot to rust, and his limbs seize up. Dog has to leave him there because he's not strong enough to drag him home. So he comes back the next day with tools and stuff, but the beach is closed for the season. It's completely closed to the public. It's locked down. Dog now has to wait until spring to get Robot back. And you might have to suspend a little bit of disbelief here, I'll admit. Sure, in our world, you could go get someone to open up the gate for you, obviously. It's fine. It doesn't mess up the plot or anything like that. And I think the writers were aware that you might just say, well, this is a cartoon after all, right? That said, the way that true human emotion is captured in this film, it really just lacks no humanity at all, and it is masterful in its execution. The rest of the film is based on the premise of whether or not Dog and Robot will be united again. I mean, you have to remember, spring is months away, and Robot is literally just laying in the sand. He's not able to move at all. I gotta say, guys, this film had a pretty profound impact on me in ways that are kind of rare with films. I swear, I've thought more about it every day than the one before since I've seen it. And I'm not even sure, when that happened to me last, if it ever did. But before I get back into that, I'll talk about the film's aesthetics. The animation style is very cool. It's colorful, it's bright, it's just pleasant to look at overall. But most of all, it's just so full of detail. Now, I've never been to Manhattan, but this film really does its best to give you its own unique take on the city. The culture and the people, well, animals. And you see all kinds of animals living together in this society, just like New York has, people of all types. You see references to 1980s pop culture, but never in a way that it is overdone or beating you over the head. But I love seeing things like Alf and Sanford and Son, Pet Sematary, the book, the Talking Heads album, Remain in Light. And you get all kinds of music, punk, heavy metal, lots of pop music. And, it was the 80s. People still loved music back then, I miss that. But most of all, this film is about love, empathy, friendship, diversity. And, even when some people discard you, there is someone out there that will love you. And even though when you're in a bad place, you can find hope and positivity. I mean, like through much of this film's runtime, Robot is buried in sand and sometimes even water and ice, depending on the season. But there's a part where a bird builds a nest right next to him where she lays her eggs, and he gets to be a part of that. He gets to see the eggs turn into little birds, and they become like a little family together. And even though sometimes he has dreams that maybe he was abandoned, that maybe Dog is unhappy or maybe found someone else and has forgotten about him, and Dog is doing his best to pass the time while he waits for the beach to open back up. He tries to live his life, the best that he can. He makes some new friends, he has new experiences, but he never forgets Robot. I'm going to stop giving away plot points now. It's been kind of hard to do that. I will say, though, that I really did not expect the ending, and the fact that this film threw me a curveball like that is a very good thing. Look, man, we need art like this, and we need it right now. We need it today more than ever, probably. This is a film about all those things that I already mentioned, but it's also about doing the right thing for someone else, even if it might affect your own happiness ultimately. With the right mindset, you'll be okay, I absolutely love this film, and I really hope you check it out. It's a 10 out of 10 for me, guys. Cheers.